freshly mowed, freshly mulched. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so the sun is pretty much directly overhead. I just wanted to get a before shot of the lawn before I hit it with iron. Ignore the dead spots. As I said before, you can still see it's a little patchy where the bluegrass is really taking off, and some of the crappier grasses like there in those streaks, those little lighter patches, it's not real well blended. So let's put down the iron and then we'll see what it does to the grass color after a few days. A couple of things I've been testing. Citric acid, which I'm trying to lower the pH from 8 to about 7, so I put down one application of this already. I'll show you guys in the future putting it on the second application of that, how I spray it out with my hose end sprayer, my Ortho Dial-N-Spray. This is the stuff we're going to be doing today. This is Ferrous iron sulfate. 20% iron, 12% sulfur. The sulfur is going to help lower the pH as well as the citric acid, so double whammy. As well as iron helps with Kentucky Bluegrass to really give it a dark green color. So I'm going to do a foliar application according to the instructions, 1 to 2 tablespoons per gallon, and I'm going to do about 5,000 square feet. So we're going to do, let's double that, let's do 10 ounces. That's going to be about half the bag here. I believe this is going to be about 2 applications. So let's get to it. My little measuring cup here. Got my Ferrous iron sulfate, and I'm going to add 2 ounces per 1,000 square feet. 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 10 ounces, give or take. Doesn't need to be real precise with this stuff. I'm probably going to use about half so that way I can use a second application. There we go. I'm going to have to get some more of this. I did add just a tiny bit of citric acid on top because my pH and my water is super high. So I've got hot water in here to help it dissolve, because the last time I poured it with cold water it didn't dissolve so well. So we're going to go ahead and mix that. Add that to the cup, and we're going to give it a really good shake and let it sit for about a minute before it is totally dissolved. So if you try to spray it right away, this little guy is going to clog up and you're going to have problems. So hot water, let it sit for about a minute, give it a good shake, and then go ahead and give it a spray. Tripod today, so everything's going to be first person view. I got it set to the 4-ounce dial because if you'll look here, if you can see those numbers, it's not really showing up on the camera very well. It's about 24 ounces, so I'm spraying 4 ounces of this per 1,000 square feet, give or take. I'm going to be walking a little bit slower than what I should be, just to get good even coverage. But basically we're going to be emptying 4 ounces from this container every 1,000 square feet. And that's a walking pace about every, we'll be draining 4 ounces about every 30 seconds. So I got to walk real quick, and I'll show you the pattern. I'll just basically walk a grid, spraying back and forth like this. Hose management is always super hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the hose off here, and I'm going to walk over on this side of the lawn first and work my way this way. So that way I'm not stepping over the hose. Get it over here. We might spray it a little bit, but that's okay. If I turn on the water, that would really help as well. There we go. Now we're in business. So you can see how fast I'm walking now. We turn around, our hose is on the left, and we're walking this way. Now we turn it back around. The hose still over there. This is the best way to spray with the hose and sprayer. That is your tether, so keeping it off to the side is the best. Make sure we hit over here. And guys, I'm using the fan tip here, so you just rotate it, and that's the one on the top there. I don't want the shower nozzle. Make sure we're feeding. Might be slightly clogged for some reason. We'll just give it a good shake and a tap. And we're back at it again. This thing likes to clog a lot. See, I'm walking in a good pattern. Don't stand in one place for too long and the stuff comes out pretty quick. Turn it around. You're not trying to soak it, you're just getting the leaves a little bit wet, that's all. That's pretty much it. So I got the rest of the yard to do. I'm going to continue on here and get this done quick. But yeah, I'll make a little bit more video in a couple of days and we'll see what the color difference is. So again, before. And we'll see what the after looks like. Hopefully there's an improvement. We'll see. It's about 48 hours later since I applied the iron, and I don't know, I think it's a little bit darker in a few spots where the Kentucky Bluegrass is coming in really thick. Like here especially. I don't know, it might have evened out the patchiness a little bit. You can still see the crappy grass here and up here, these streaks. But it did make the bluegrass quite a bit darker, but anything that's not affected by iron didn't really have much of an effect. This is nice and dark over here. There's a couple of spots where you can actually see where I went a little bit too heavy with the iron, and it actually turned the grass black. I don't know if you can see that here, but this spot right here, if you go too heavy with iron, you'll paint it black, not green. So that area is a little bit heavy. I may have gone over the spot a couple of times because I was having that clogging issue. Again here, you can see how dark it is. I think wherever I had bluegrass, it definitely helped. We'll see how long the effects last for, but it's kind of hard to tell in this light, but when the sun goes down, that bluegrass is dark. In fact, look underneath this tree here. In the right lighting, you can make grass look dark. Doesn't that look good? This is pretty much all bluegrass under here. So there you have it. This is the effects of iron, I'm sure. After the first application, it's marginal improvement, but if I keep at it, it may get darker with time. That's all I got for today, guys. If you got any questions or comments, leave them below. Be sure to hit subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.